Hello friend, welcome you all once again to my channel CC and Shipper. This is Alok Singh, and this time coming with a new video which is going to be based on ROR function 1, which is ROR card analysis. Because just now I have cleared my function 1, so all the card and what all the things are there is in my mind, and that's why I try to make this video right now, because things are clear and things are in my running motor mind. So because my setup is not with me right now to make this video, but still I'm making this video so that if it will be longer time, then the things will be fed up, and thereafter I will not so competent to make this video. So this card is going to be based on the ROR card, and I have just find out the mistakes which we usually do the mistakes during card reading, and when surveyor asked for the card and we did some mistake, and because of that, what the things are there in the MMD. So I have just tried to make the clear things in the ROR card. Let's go to the video, and actually my setup means my whiteboard is not there, so I have prepared this on the A4 size paper, and I hope this will be enough to make you understand, and clarity will be maintained in the video. So let's go to the video. So now I have prepared this card, this paper. Here, ROR card analysis. The topic will be ROR card analysis. The first thing when we talk about the card, the point where we have to set this underway and when we have to say making way. This is the big mistake where we used to do, which we used to do during the card the thing. So the first my question is when to say underway and when to say making way. So I have for the first time I have just consolidated all the things on all the places where we have to set the underway. And for this, if you want to see the video only for this purpose, then this only one single question is enough for you, and thereafter you can skip the video. Otherwise, you can continue the video till the end, where I have explained each and every card, means all the rules according to the card, and what are the mistakes which you to do usually during those cards. So for that purpose, the things when we have to set this underway, the first thing, normal powered event vessel. Whenever there is a normal powered vessel which is defined under rule number 23, so in that case always we use this underway. Under this PDB rule number 23, you have seen this air cushion vessel also comes under this, and this WIG craft. But the things when we are talking about this air cushion vessel, this is the key point is in non-displacement mode. This one, whenever you say this air cushion vessel, you must have to tell this in non-displacement mode. So this is the first key point regarding this powered event vessel. Second one, this is also comes under rule number 23, WIG craft. So WIG craft only when here the keyword is when taking off, only when taking off, landing or flight near the surface, then only you have to use this WIG craft, and that in that condition it will become underway. So if you'll see here, if I segregate this one, so this is rule number 23, this is also rule number 23, and now whenever there is rule number 23, we have say underway. Apart from this, it will come to towing and pushing. Although it has given a rule number 24, but it is also a powered event vessel until and unless it is restricted in our ability to maneuver. Because when it is restricted in our ability to maneuver, that time it will be shown it will show the light, this red, white, red. But for the purpose in rule number 23, whenever it is towing and showing these two martial light in a vertical line, that time it will only it will be said as underway, and we have to use the word underway. Apart from this, rule number 25, sailing vessel, here also we have to use the word underway. Now this one, powered event vessel, I have made this a star mark because see, this is towing vessel, but it is still a powered event vessel, which I just now told about here. This is also a towing vessel, but same time it is a power. This is a towing vessel, but same time it is a powered event vessel, and showing red light in vertical line. But same time with this red light, with this ram light, it is showing the towing and pushing vessel light also. In that case also we will say as underway. The next one, mine clearance vessel, I have marked here as a star because mine clearance vessel under rule number 27, it comes under ram vessel. But whenever in ram there are 2-3 types, which I have explained later, that what is the difference in ram, because in ram there is some confusion. So especially for mine clearance vessel, we have to use underway. Yeah, in this case, this vessel will show the ram light as not ram light actually, the special light, is 3 white or round light for the making this mine clearance vessel. which has been explained in rule number 27. But same time with that light it will also show the navigation light like master light, side light and stern light. So in that vessel we'll discuss in detail later. And vessel CBD, because CBD is also a powered event vessel, but because it is restricted in her ability to deviate from this course, deviate from its course because of her draft. So that also a powered event vessel, so it will also consider a powered event vessel. And whenever there is CBD, we have to use the word underway. Pilot vessel, it is also a powered event vessel, and just it is manned with a pilot. So in that case also we say underway. So this is rule number 28. This is rule number 29. So all these all vessels are there, which whenever we talk about the card, we have to say underway. Rest other vessel we can say making way, and I will explain later how we can say making way. And some key points are also there which we have to notify, or which we have to take care. When we talk about the fishing vessel, then fishing vessel we have two types. Fishing vessel, one is dredger and one is normal fishing with net. So fishing vessel we have to very clear that fishing vessel never show the anchor light. So if it is not showing anchor light, so whenever we are saying this vessel, so this vessel, fishing vessel will be that as making way also, and this underway also. Whenever we see the side light or stern light, we say making light, because making light will also only applicable when vessel is making some way, and that time this vessel will show the side light and stern light. But whenever the lights are not shown, means side light or stern light, that time it will be underway, only underway. But in case of fishing vessel, will not only say the underway but also say underway or at anchor, because this vessel does not show anchor light ever. So shall show same light for fog signal for underway or at anchor. So because there is no special anchor light for this vessel, so whenever we say underway, we must have to say when underway or at anchor, or if it's showing side light and stern light, we will have to say just making way. Again, for the ram, if you come in the case of ram, dredger is there especially for dredger. Make it clear here. For ram light it is showing, and two red light or two green light it is showing. Especially for this vessel in the ram, this vessel also does not show anchor light. So whenever you have to say making way, then it's okay. Whenever we are saying this side light or stern light, that time we say this is making way. But when there is no side light or stern light, that case we don't have to say only the underway, but we'll have to say underway or at anchor, because this vessel also does not show anchor. We'll see the differentiate. We'll differentiate this one with the other ROR vessel. So even at anchor, no anchor light, only the light which is mentioned for the dredger. So what all the light which has been this light, if it is showing, then we have to say without any side light or stern light, then we have to say vessel is underway or at anchor. So these two vessels, fishing vessel and dredger in ram, these two vessels will show only underway or at anchor. Diving operation, this is one single card, I think card number 208 or something, I will explain later, where this only three red light is showing. So if this red light is showing, there are two conditions, I will explain later, and that time we have to say this is diving operation. And diving operation, the flag alpha we have to show. Apart from this, we have NUC, RAM, CBD, sailing vessel, fishing vessel, towing or pushing. These all vessel will show fog signal as one prolonged and two short blast. So this is short about the things what when we have to show when we have to say underway or when we have to say making way. Now we will come one by one to all rule number 23, 4, and up to 29, and we'll see what all the things which you made mistake. So now we come for the rule number 23. When rule number 20, normal powered event vessel. Normal powered event means that vessel is showing as per the rule number 23 all the light, master light, stern master light, side light and stern light. In that case, must mention vessel underway, which I have already explained that this vessel will be said as underway. Now this vessel, which light it will show? Normal as 23, master light, side light, stern light, and especially when more than 20 meter, and sorry, when more than 50 meter, then second master light. Here also, whenever we say about the card, one thing I will, because many people does not take care, and when you come in the front of surveyor, that time will be a mistake. So whenever the vessel is less than 50 meter, we just have to say less than 50 meter, vessel less than 50 meter. And for more than 50 meter, it is not only more than, but more than equal to. Then in that case, we have to say probably 50 meter or more. Even it is written on card, but still I am highlighting because this is a critical point where we made a mistake. So must say less than 50 meter, and whenever it is more than 50 meter, then most probably 50 meter. Means in this one it include 50 meter. Or if you talk about this vessel, this is only 49.9 meter. If I'll make it clear, then 40 up to 49.99 meter, and anything more than 50 meter, that will become as a probably 50 meter or more, and this thing we have to mention. So now the same next one, if it is over the fog signal, then when vessel is underway, make it clear here, we have to say making way and stop, and for both we have to give the fog signal like 1 prolonged blast and 2 prolonged blast with 2-second interval in between. So this one, this is only for the powered even vessel. When vessel at anchor, then additional this signal for the anchor vessel, 1 shot, 1 prolonged and 1 shot blast. But at the same time, this vessel will not show this making way, but show the this 1 shot, 1 prolonged and 1 shot blast for the anchor signal. Aground, then additional signal is 2 shot, 1 prolonged, and it is given there, and these 3 separate before and after the anchor signal. So those things are mentioned in ROR, that's I'm not highlighting, and there is nothing special to explain. Now second one, in rule number 23 itself, this air cushion vessel, here few things are there which I want to highlight, and this is when here also we use the word underway because it also comes under rule number 23, and wherever the powered even vessel, we must have to say underway. So it is powered even vessel, so it will be underway. The thing here we have to mention is this keyword I have mentioned. Whenever you have to say air cushion vessel, must not forget to say non-displacement mode. Especially this Nitin Mukesh, he used to ask about this vessel card. If he is coming for this card, air cushion vessel, his favorite card is air cushion vessel. In this case, even it is a powered even vessel, must not say it is a powered even vessel, air cushion vessel, powered even or air cushion vessel. Nothing mixed with a powered even vessel. Just a single word we have to mention here is don't say powered even cushion vessel. Always say air cushion vessel. You just have to say air cushion vessel if it is air cushion vessel, although it is a powered even vessel. So it will also show the light as per rule number 23 plus yellow flashing. It is mentioned there, so I'm not highlighting that much. And okay, for fog signal, this vessel will be only considered as making way. So even it is a powered even vessel, but like powered even vessel making way or stop, we not say stop, we just say making way, and considering vessel means mention only making way. Consider vessel to be making way, not for stop. So whenever the air cushion vessel, we just have to mention for making way, because we are habitual to say whenever the powered even vessel, we are habitual to say making way or stopped also. But in case of air cushion vessel, we just have to mention making way. Vessel assumed to be making way, and don't have to say anything about the stop. So this was the thing here to be highlighted. Whenever seen from now to make it clear, whenever you see the yellow means this air cushion vessel from stern, so then there are only two cases. So don't hesitate, don't get confused. Only two cases possible in this case. The first one, either you are seeing this vessel from stern, or a vessel less than 12 meter out of range of side light because of the visibility as per rule number 23, range of visibility. The side light is not visible because for the vessel less than 12 meter, all the visibility of all the light is 2 nautical mile, except side light, which is only 1 nautical mile. So if it is less than 2 nautical mile, maybe we are able to see the master light, but not able to see the side light. So this is the key point. So whenever you see the air cushion vessel from with stern light, then these two things have to mention. So nothing else. Now if we see the now powered even vessel and have combined side light, this is also confusing a little bit. So whenever you see the combined side light, in lantern type, then that time also we have to use underway because it is powered even vessel. And the second thing where we have to mention is whenever you see this, there are only 3 cases for this combined side light. The first one, you see 2 of them are powered even vessel. First one is less than 20 meter underway, seen and down, and second will be less than 12 meter underway because powered even vessel, masthead light displaced from the center line, as it is mentioned in rule number 23. You will see, and seen and down. Sailing vessel less than 20 meter underway, seen and down. So whenever you see these 3, just make it remind, just memorize it, because whenever you see this, don't confuse and just memorize this thing. Only 3 cases in the whole ROR card where we have to mention about this side light, combined side light, and these are the 3 cases. Thereafter we will not make any mistake for the combined light. Now we will come for the card rule 24, which is towing and pushing. So towing and pushing, this is also a powered even vessel, then only it is towing. So in this vessel also, in this case, as I have already sorted out, this is also we consider as underway. But make sure that you must say powered even vessel towing when we are talking about the vessels, when you identify the card, you must have to set powered even vessel towing and pushing. Yeah, unlike this air cushion vessel where we have to set only air cushion vessel instead of powered even vessel, air cushion vessel something. So here we have to mention powered even vessel towing or pushing and or alongside. It is either pushing ahead or alongside. So we have to mention here powered even vessel with that vessel. Fog signal will be same as one prolonged two short blast, not stop, not especially for making way or stop, like 23. So unlike 23, we have to say one prolonged two short blast. Light, it will be as per rule number 24, whatever the lights are there, which has been defined under rule number 24. So that will be thing. Now if a vessel, this is for the towing vessel. Now if vessel is being towed, then light, if it is being towed, then what is the things for that vessel? It will show either side light or stern light, unlike some other condition which I will explain now. When pushed ahead, and if it is rigidly connected, then it is already it is mentioned in rule number 24 that that vessel will be considered as one composite vessel, and that vessel will show light as per one single powered unit vessel. But if it is not composite unit, only side light at forward end. See, in case of pushing, means vessel are being pushed ahead, and not a composite unit. That case it will not show the stern light. Let's make it clear. It will not show stern light, only show the side light at forward end. So here is the highlighting point is this one. Second one, when alongside, when pulling alongside, then in this case it will show normal stern light, and at forward end this side light where the forward end. So this one also, just make it clear. Fog signal, not like a powered vessel, but simple, like for towing vessel, one prolonged two short, and here is a one prolonged three short blast. So just memorize this. Another one in this vessel only, inconspicuous partly submerged vessel or object being towed. So actually always have to mention towed, because this vessel is not self propelled, so it is towed only. So as per the location of towing vessel, we have to answer the we have to identify the card, but at the same time there should be no difference. Means there is nothing confusion with this vessel. Just whenever you see this, it must be towed. Always mention whenever you see this card. The next thing we have to say is about this breadth 20 less than 25 meter or more than equal to 25 meter, and then third one is length. So just make it clear here. Whenever you see this card, we have to mention the vessel, like inconspicuous partly submerged vessel or object being towed, and then next word is we'll discuss about their beam, either less than 25 meter or more than 25 meter. And third one is length, because less than 100 meter is something else and more than 100 meter is something else. Means we have to add two additional all-round light, and for this one we have only two all-round light at forward and aft. If more than 25 meter, then we have to show the extremity of that vessel also. So at the end of the width, we have to show the additional two all-round wide light, as it is mentioned in rule number 24. You can consult from there. For fog signal, no fog signal, because this is not manned. So if it is not manned, there will be no fog signal. This was the highlighting point in this card. It will go about the rule number 25, the sailing vessel. So sailing vessel, what is the identification of the sailing vessel is side light and stern light. If you see side light and stern light, make it clear for with the towed vessel. It is also showing side light and stern light. This one also show side light and stern light, and here also it is side light and stern light. So whenever you see this light, you should have only two condition in your mind. Either it will be side light or it will be towed vessel, means a sailing vessel or towed vessel. So now to make it to distinguish both, some other things are there. Otherwise, although in this case also we'll have to mention underway. I have already mentioned in starting. So here the key point is, for this sailing vessel, the reference length is 20 meter. 20 meter side light, stern light, and all round light red over green. This is the light for sailing vessel. When it is more than 20 meter, then this side light is, just reminded like side light has been like we have a red light and a green light as a side light. The same thing we have make a round light at the mast in vertical line with the side light. Then only it will be more than 20 meter. So always say in this case sailing vessel underway. This is the word we have to mention whenever we see the sailing vessel card. We have to mention sailing vessel underway. And for length, the reference point is only 20 meter is the reference length for this vessel, except vessel under oar, which is less than 7 meter. If it is less than 7 meter, then we have to say vessel under oar, where single all round white light is being set. As we have one card where one single white light is given, where 7 or 9 condition is given. So there one condition will come for this vessel also, when it is less than 7 meter and under oar. When also propelled by machinery, it has already discussed in card that it will show cone apex downward. Then this vessel will be called as a power driven vessel. And whenever you see this, just take all the action as per power driven vessel. And fog signal not like power driven vessel, but unlike power driven vessel, one long, two short. Now we come to rule number 23. Rule number 20, very important rule for any surveyor, because here are more confusion. So in this condition, we can say either making way or underway as follow. Underway. Now how we have to mention this word underway is whenever making way means we are seeing either side light or stern light. If these two lights are visible, then we must have to say making way. Otherwise underway, but not only underway, but whenever you have to make this rule number 23, I'm highlighting this rule number 23 because this rule is a little confusing, because this vessel does not show anchor light. So whenever you say underway, must say also a stop, not only a stop but also or at anchor, because there is no any additional light for anchor. So when side light or aft light not visible, you must say vessel underway but stopped or at anchor. So it is not only underway but stopped, but underway but stop or at anchor, because fishing boat did not show anchor light. Make it clear. Now in fishing vessel there are two types of vessel, either it is trawler or a fishing vessel fishing with other apparatus like net or something, line or something. So trawlers are trawler will be said when we see green over white light. So in this condition must mention length first. See, whenever we talk about trawler, we will mention about the vessel length. Whenever we talk about the fishing vessel other than trawler, we don't have to mention the vessel's length. Here is the highlighting point. So if trawler, the first thing we have to tell is trawler either less than 50 meter or probably 50 meter or more in length. If seen from ahead means when you are able to see the masthead light. When, like example, how we will say trawler less than 50 meter or more than probably 50 meter or more, or trawler probably 50 meter or more. In this case, we must have to trawler. In case of trawler, we must have to mention the length of the vessel. And in other condition, when fishing vessel, this one also have to highlight, because fishing vessel is when in close proximity, fishing in close proximity as per Annex 2. In this condition, this can only be possible with the vessel trawler, not with the fishing vessel other than trawler, because this is a part of trawler. So when fishing vessel is in close proximity, either shooting net means when two light, flag Z, hauling net, white over red, flag G, net fast upon obstruction, red over red to red light in vertical line, flag P. In card it is not mentioned flag P, and I'm also not sure whether we have to mention this P or not. But in card it will see the one darker publications card, flag P is not written. But as I will recommend, we should say flag P also, because if we are showing for this one Z and G, then here we can say the flag P also. And fog signal will be one prolonged, two short. So nothing special here was to mention. Only thing was mentioned to be whenever there is fishing in close proximity, means these all three conditions are showing, means vessel must be trawler, not a fishing vessel other than trawler. And the second condition for this fishing is fishing vessel other than trawler. In this condition, we must have to mention fishing vessel other than trawler. Fishing vessel other than trawler, not like fishing vessel fishing with net or something like that. Only two conditions, either it is trawler or fishing vessel other than trawler. So whenever the fishing vessel other than trawler, we don't have to mention about the vessel's length. We just have to mention the gear extending, either 50 meter or less, or more than 50 meter. Here also have to make it clear, less than 50 meter or more than 150 meter, means this is only up to 49.99 meter. This one less than 150 meter, and anything more than 150 means it include 150 meter. So here the thing has to be mentioned was more than equal to 150 meter. When two flashing yellow light, means this is indication for the vessel fishing with pushing gear. Here in this condition also we have to say fishing vessel fishing with other vessel other than trawler, but fishing with, not we don't have to say like this one gear, but here we have to mention fishing vessel fishing with other than trawler using pushing gear. This is the word which you have to use here, is using pushing gear. And here also we have to mention about this extending, like pushing gear, how much it is extending. So either 50 meter or more, 150 meter or more. And if you see making way, then only side light or external light if it is visible, then we'll say making way, otherwise underway, but not only underway but stopped or at anchor, because it is fishing vessel. So when side light or external light are not visible. And same thing, the last condition in this one is when pair trolling, engage in pair trolling and showing the two searchlight in front of the other vessel as it is mentioned in the ROR card. So that was not that is self-explanatory. So I'm not going in detail on that. So it will be always a trawler. Yeah, the thing here is to mention is always trawler. So what we have to mention is two vessel each length. This is the keyword which we have to mention when we are talking about this card. Two vessel. This is the keyword which we have to use. Two vessel and length of. Then we have to talk about their length, either less than 50 meter or more than 50 meter. So pair trawling, making way or underway or at a stop. So whenever you see the fishing vessel, the thing we have to mention either making way or it will be underway. But when you have to say underway, then that time you have to say underway but stop or at anchor. So this is about the fishing vessel, and this was a more critical because here was no anchor light separate for that vessel. Now we come to the rule number 27. Here not under command and restricted inability to maintain. This vessel also for not under command there is nothing much. Only one thing has to be highlighted, that is use making way when similar to those vessels side light and stern light if it is visible, and underway when stop. Here the things have to be highlighted. Here is vessel underway but stop, not like fishing vessel you have to say the stopped or at anchor, because for this special for this NUC vessel never at anchor, never at anchor, because this vessel is showing two red light in vertical line. So two red light in vertical line, if you say if it is anchor, then it will be confused with the vessel at ground. So in case of not under command, you must have never at anchor. It cannot never be at anchor. So whenever you see when you are not able to see the side light or stern light, then it means it vessel is just stopped. Only two light, when two red light are visible, that condition it will be only underway but stop. And fog signal as usual for the like other vessel, one prolong and two short blast. So rule number 27 will continue. Now we have to talk about RAM. So RAM in normal light is red white, red light in vertical line. Now few types are there in RAM. So normal RAM which are showing the light as per the rule number 23. Now the tow vessel, even it is powered even vessel but tow, but in this condition what is the difference, how will you differentiate those tow and this tow? Because in this tow it is also showing the light this red white red in addition to those light, because for the towing vessel like to masthead light and vertical line, apart from that light also showing, and in addition to that if this light is showing there, then that vessel is tow RAM. We'll discuss later for particular vessel. And then the next part of that next type of that RAM vessel is dredger, and then diving vessel engaged in diving, and then mechanical event. These are the type of RAM, and we talk one by one about all. So when normal tow is there, normal RAM is there, then we just have to show this red white red light, nothing else. But have to mention now here the highlighting point. Whenever you see just this normal normal red white red light, the thing is mentioned. The thing have to be mentioned here is we have to mention vessel RAM first. We have to first word we have to say is RAM. And see, these are three words which you have to use during RAM, dredger or underwater operation. But here we have to prioritize. The first thing we have to say is RAM or dredger underway. This will come secondary, but first primary is RAM, which we have to say. And the keyword here we have to mention is without obstruction, because we are not seeing any obstruction. This is the thing which differentiate this RAM with the dredger. So that's why here we have to mention without obstruction. If there will be obstruction, then it becomes dredger. This is the difference. So then we have to mention about the length of the vessel, and if it is making way, we can see side light and stern light. If it is at anchor, then when okay. Now one more thing, if it is RAM and it is showing if it is RAM normal RAM, then it must show anchor light. Anchor light will also show. So when if it is underway, then we have to say underway, and if it is showing anchor light, then only we have to mention vessel at anchor. Otherwise, it will be only underway. Now RAM when it come with the towing light, which I was just discussing there. If it is showing RAM light also and towing light also as per 24 and as per 27, if both light are showing, then it will be considered a powered even vessel. It is a powered even vessel because it's towing, but same time it is RAM also. So in this condition, vessel have to mention underway and not making way. So how you have to mention? Must use underway in this condition. Mention powered even vessel towing, not only towing, RAM towing, not like RAM towing or something else. Must have to mention powered even vessel towing underway, and then the word RAM also have to mention, because in this condition to differentiate within the other vessel so that we can take action while we are navigating at sea. So that if it is showing RAM, then as per rule number 18 we have to take action. So this thing have to mention here also, powered even vessel towing and RAM. This word have to mention. So next we have to talk about its length and seen from, either you are seeing from end on or from side or wherever. Fog signal, even it is powered even vessel, we have to mention one prolonged, two short blast. Vessel RAM. Now here the next type is RAM and come with obstruction. This is what differentiate the dredger with other ram vessel. So come with obstruction. So first mention dredger. Like here, I prioritize the word ram first. But in whenever you see the obstruction, you have to prioritize the dredger first. You have to say dredger underway, and then later on you have to say ram also. Means these three word which we have to use during the ram vessel. But just have to prioritize. In the other case, we have to prioritize ram, and in case of this dredger, we have to prioritize dredger first. Dredger underway, then we have to talk about the length, and then ram, because it is ram also, so we have to mention ram with obstruction. Now here the word which we have to mention is with obstruction on the side, which you can see either that two red light in vertical line, either it will be in the port side of that vessel or on the starboard side. So that thing you have to mention during the card. So mention like marking, making way when side light or external light is visible, and we stop. Yeah, this one same like fishing vessel. Whenever you are not able to see side light or external light, then that vessel will become stop or at anchor, because this vessel also does not show anchor light separately. So whenever we are not able to see the side light or external light, means that vessel is either stopped or at anchor. So we have to mention here. Even anchor light is not showing. So dredger does not show anchor light, make it highlight. And fog signal same as usual, one prolonged, two short blast. And additional one more thing in this vessel, and this card number 208, only red light is showing, nothing else. In that condition, there are, just memorize this card, no, card number 208. There are only two cases. If you see this light, either that vessel, ram vessel, or dredger underwater obstruction underway but stopped. Either this vessel has stopped, means normal ram stop, or it is a small vessel in diving operations, and have to show the flag alpha. So this was only for the card number 208. Make it memorize that there are only two conditions, and make this condition remember this condition. And the last condition in this vessel is mine clearance vessel. This vessel is, although it is a ram vessel, but we have to use word underway, because this vessel show the light as per the powered EM vessel, and the special light for this vessel is 3 all round white light, as mentioned in number 27. So always underway like powered EM vessel, or at anchor only when anchor light. So this vessel is also, when anchor light is showing, then only we have to tell the word vessel is at anchor. Mention mine clearance vessel, then their length, underway, seen from either ahead or wherever. Must mention pass more than, this is the keyword for this vessel. Whenever you say this vessel, you must have to say the pass more than 1000 meter clear of that vessel. Fog signal, not like powered EM vessel, but for like other vessel, one prolonged and two short blast. So now we go to rule number 28. So that was only, so one more time I clear about this ram. Only one condition, that is dredger. In that condition, vessel will not show anchor light, and that condition, if you don't see the side light or external light, you have to mention vessel stop or at anchor, not only stop. Rest all vessel it will show anchor light, and according to their length or other specification, you have to mention their detail. Now rule number 28. So use for this one also, because rule number 28 is constant by draft. So this is also powered EM vessel, red in vertical line, 3 red light. In this condition, it will be said as underway. Mention vessel CBD. You don't have to say powered EM vessel CBD. Have to mention vessel CBD, not powered EM vessel. Then length, underway, etc. May be seen from stern. Yeah, this vessel we can see from stern, but cannot be at anchor. So the thing, whenever you see one stern light, that vessel must be at anchor, but not at anchor. When that vessel must have to mention here. If you see the stern light, means vessel is seen from stern, not at anchor, because if this powered EM vessel at anchor, that time it will be no longer as constant by draft. So that condition is not possible in ROR. It is CBD also and at anchor also. So whenever you see the stern light, only one condition, that is vessel seen from stern, and fog signal as like other vessel, one prolonged and two short blast. Rule number 29. What is powered pilot vessel? This vessel is not much confusing. This is similar to the powered EM vessel only. So this vessel will also use as underway and white overhead, pilot ahead. The phrase we have remembered, white overhead, pilot ahead, and that condition you can see. Always underway like powered EM vessel, and side light, stern light, or at anchor only when anchor light also shown. If anchor light, then only anchor, but don't say if it is anchor or stopped or at anchor, something like that, like those vessels. So if it will be at anchor, it must show anchor light. So making way, one prolonged like powered EM vessel. Additional light for this vessel is for short blast. So we'll have to say, if it is this vessel is at anchor, then it will show the anchor light. sometime no surveyor used to like if will say about the sorry Captain Sarin, then he used to ask for the like he will ask some other vessel which showing the fog signal, one prolonged tube short blast even at anchor, and he will suddenly ask about this vessel. So just to confuse you you with that vessel. So must not, don't confuse that vessel if powered even vessel at anchor. So it will uh, uh, give this fog signal like other vessel, like rapid immobile for 5 seconds, and then additional signal for this vessel is this for short blast, just to identify this vessel with it is pilot vessel. This light is in, and vessel aground always two red light in vertical line with anchor light. So anchor light is also there and two red light is also there. This is what make differentiate with the vessel not under command. In not under command only two red light in vertical line, but that vessel not showing any this one only wins on, and not showing any white light with that. If they both come together, then that because that vessel will become a ground vessel, and their signal will be 3 ball, because they can make it remember like two red light and one additional forward or after light, and for that it will become not under command. So this is all about the night card. Now little bit we'll just finish with the day card also. What all the things are has to be mentioned in day card. So ROR day card analysis. Day card always underway. The thing is, whenever we talk about day card, there is nothing other than underway. Everywhere it is underway, never making way or something. So whenever you go through the day card, it cannot be anything other than underway. So if it is towing vessel, underway. Vessel towed, no fog signal because it might be manned or not. So no fog signal for that vessel. Inconspicuous partly submerged vessel. For this vessel we have to mention always towed. It cannot be towing or it cannot be self-propelled. So whenever you talk about this card, we have to mention vessel towed, like underway. So which all vessels show underway? Towing vessel, sailing vessel, not under command, ram, towing ram, powered even vessel CBD, yeah. Whenever say CBD, then we have to say powered even vessel CBD. Mine clearance vessel, pilot vessel, all will be said as underweight. First we can come in case of fishing vessel, then both fishing with net or other thing, or trawler. When underway or at anchor, here the thing is to mention is at anchor when showing. See, if you see this two cone with apex together, then in that condition vessel is underway or stopped, because this vessel is not showing any anchor signal. So if you are able to see this, then you say underway. If you are not able to see this, like in a fishing vessel fishing in close proximity, you'll be able to see some other light, but you might not see this light. We'll discuss later. Then if you are seeing this, means vessel is underway or at anchor when showing this one. Dredger underway or at anchor, like we have already discussed, dredger will be there, then it can be either underway or at anchor. Now little bit to highlight about this trawler vessel, because if you go to this card, no, you will not make it clear when to say underway or at anchor. So the thing here I have to mention, when two cone with apex together in vertical line showing two cone, it must be underway. In which condition? Either it is swing or shooting or hauling net. In this condition we have to show underway. When we see this and this vessel, then we say underway. When this one is not shown, the signal is not shown, and this shooting or hauling net, then that condition we have to say underway or at anchor. Meaning in short we can say that this is the condition for the underway. Means wherever this one means vessel must be underway. If it is not there, means vessel might be at anchor. Why I am saying might? Because for this reason, when even this two cone is showing, see, when two cone is apex together is showing, but net fast upon an obstruction, in case of papa flag, net fast upon obstruction, in that condition we cannot say vessel underway. In that condition we have to must not underway, because if it is fast upon obstruction, you can understand, no, that vessel is restricted in maneuver. It is restricted with something and it is not making way. So in this condition we just have to say underway, but stopped or at anchor. We don't have to say underway, only have to say stopped or at anchor. So this is the only card in day card which will confuse it with some other. So it is either underway or at anchor. And to differentiate this one with this papa, because if you see in the last card of the day card, then they will confuse why it is showing here, it is showing this one, but still it is showing underway or at anchor. Not showing, then it is showing not at anchor, means only at anchor. And here even it is showing this one, but still it is showing a stopped or at anchor. So the reason is because in this condition vessel is, if net has fast obstruction, fast upon an obstruction means vessel is not moving, and that condition we don't have to say underway, but only stopped or at anchor. So friend, this is all about the card analysis, for day card and night card, and nothing else. I hope this video will be helpful for you. So thank you for watching this video. If required, I will make some other video on other topic as per your response on the